Hammers up, everyone! Hammers up, everyone! Time to discuss the subject of the week. The World of Warcraft expansion will be announced next week, Thursday, August 6 at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I actually have a pretty cool timer for my live stream. I don't know, can you even see it here? Oh, there it is. Wow, I just like flashed in. Don't worry about me. I'm just wearing my hat. I just came back from the gym. Got my Bajira Games and Gains t-shirt. Love it. But I wanted to make this video because I really want to get everyone's thoughts on this. Now, there's a lot of people that are upset that BlizzCon is the place they go to get the World of Warcraft announcement. But that didn't exactly happen this time. Now it's going on at Gamescom. So Gamescom is going to be presenting the reveal of the expansion. Then on Sunday of the same week, they're going to discuss the expansion in detail, I think with the devs. Now this is crazy because we're only 8 months into Draenor. Now that's the big subject. I'm going to touch on that very, very briefly. So we're 8 months in, I think, right? November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Yes, we are about 8 months into the expansion. Now, as a PvE raider, as a heroic/mythic raider, I personally believe I've gotten my fill so far. Now, for what they've given us in 8 months, I am happy with. Yes, that's probably the Blizzard fanboy talking in me. Whatever. That's fine if you'd like to believe that. But in my opinion, in 8 months, we've received almost the same amount of raid content that we got in Pandaria in their first 8 months. So, yes, it's cut short. And here is my theory. Here is what I want you guys to either agree or disagree with me on. I mentioned this on my stream, so if you watch my stream, you probably already heard this rant. It's going to be very short, maybe a minute or two. I honestly believe that the World of Warcraft movie screwed Warlords of Draenor. That is my honest fucking opinion. I believe that the movie ruined it. The movie itself, I'm sure, is going to be glorious. I'm going to be there waiting in line, probably dressed up as an orc and start doing like the little orc dance and shit like that. You know, little hammer dance, whatever. I'll be there first night because I love World of Warcraft. But I believe that the movie fucked over Draenor. I think what happened was Blizzard, whoever works in their marketing or something like that, whoever the higher-ups, so the powers that be, want to launch a new expansion with the movie. It just makes sense. You think about what happened before Draenor. Blizzard just hired, what, 40, 60 new employees? They tell us at BlizzCon that we doubled, almost tripled our workforce so that we can make Draenor one of the best expansions ever. And then they cut half of the shit out. And mind you, I'm still happy with what I've gotten in 8 months. We've gotten 3 raids, 2 tiers, Tanaan Jungle. I loved Garrisons for about a month or two, then it got stale after that. And now I love them again because the shipyards are semi-cool, but not anymore. Now that the Legendary quest is done, because I got my ring. Yes! But other than that, like, the expansion was fine for a PvEer. Now, for a PvPer, con Dios, vaya con Dios, perdóname. I'm sorry, but yeah, you guys in the PvP land, you got a little bit of the shaft. Little bit of the shaft. That's okay, though. That's okay. You know, I think they'll make it up. But that's my honest opinion. I believe the World of Warcraft movie ruined Draenor. I think that someone had to tell developers, hey, we got to cut Draenor short because we will not have enough time to come out with 7.0 in time for the month that the movie's coming out so that we could combine the movie with the new expansion. It just makes sense to me. It makes no sense that they would just drop Draenor at 6.2 and then end it. That just doesn't make sense. It's only been 8 months and we're already getting the announcement of the next expansion. It's not logical. It doesn't even fit their format. I'm telling you right now, the movie held back Draenor. Development was probably told to halt on Draenor, finish it up, wrap it up, and go right to 7.0. And I guarantee you they've been working on 7.0 since probably 5.3, 5.4, and now all through Draenor, they probably have that new team of theirs working on 7.0. So I want to talk to you today after that little rant. Hopefully you can let me know if you agree or disagree with me. That's up to you. That's up to you guys. You know, I know YouTube can be a harsh land. My stream is just as harsh. Some people agreed, some disagreed. But here are some speculation. Now, I think I have 2 or 3 speculation posts about what's going to happen in 7.0. So back to the expansion reveal. I personally want to see Ashara. I want to see Ashara, and I want to see a lot of dungeons. I want to see Ashara, an Old God, and Pirates. That's what I want to see, those 3 things. And I also believe that Blizzard is going to go back to doing 2-year expansions. I think this whole, you know, put as much content into 1 year that you possibly can bullshit just doesn't fly with them. Blizzard, they're like perfectionists. They need time to make the content. There's no way they can deliver 3 or 4 raids in a year. It just won't happen. So I truly believe they'll go back. Now, let's take a look at some of the interesting stuff that we have here. So this first one was posted on MMO Champion by Titan Friend. He's like, after Gamescom, damn it, I got in contact with a buddy of mine who used to work on Titan, and then got moved to the Warcraft team. And this is the leak that he's talking about. He's saying that there will be a new class that could be rumored. I heard rumors of a Shadow Hunter or a Demon Hunter. This class is already represented in Heroes of the Storm, Illidan, Demon Hunter, maybe. The class has the option to use Hunter weapons. He told me something about new races. Characters. Vol'jin will have his leadership tested. He will have to choose between his people or his family. Vol'jin may step down from War Chief. If so, he will appoint a different racial leader to be War Chief in his absence. Watch it be Grom. Wouldn't that be some shit if, like, Grom goes through the portal, ends up at Azeroth, and now it's like, Grom is our new War Chief. Another Hellscream. What do you know? I doubt it. Sylvanas will get a storyline showing how she feels about the new pecking order in the Horde. He laughed when I asked if Sylvanas dies. His response to what Grom, Durtan, and Irel will do in the expansion. Watch the Archimon cinematic again. Bane will have a role in the expansion, but he wouldn't say what. I wasn't told much about the Alliance, but I was told Jaina, Glenn, Tyrande, and Malfurion will have storylines. Asked about Tyr, and in his hand, only response I got is Tyr is not dead. Villains. Gul'dan is on the way. Is the way that Warlord ties into this expansion. He was sent into the Twisting Nether, and the Nether connects to all possible worlds. Time is a flat circle. The Legion suffered a major setback in Hellfire Citadel, but they have a backup plan if Gul'dan can find a new way to summon them. Wouldn't say anything about Ashara, but would say there will be an old god. Asked about Sargeras. Sargeras himself? No. Spirit, tome, tomb, whatever. Our future, the level cap will be raised. The devs like the idea of garrisons, but privately acknowledge that the system left much to be desired. You will get a new title in the expansion. Only hint I got was, what title did you not get in Warlords that you should have? They want to make garrisons feel more optional and enhance the RTS feeling of garrisons. Talked about reforming how garrison resources are handled. We are considered living legends. Important characters will recognize us. PvE, they want to make dungeons more complex, like miniature raids. They also want more dungeons, which is what I want. I would love, like, 20 dungeons, like they used to have back in, you know, Vanilla, BC, and Wrath. The 3-raid formula worked well. A raid every 4 months seems likely. PvP, there will be new arenas. They may also retire some existing arenas. Battlegrounds are in a good place right now. They have no plans to make new versions of spells just for PvP. Now, this is some guy that talked to someone who used to work on the Titan team. This is all alleged, by the way. This is all speculation. This is all alleged. If you used to watch Star and Buck Wild back in the day on Hot 97, you know, back in my day, you know, they would be like, allegedly. This allegedly happened. This allegedly happened. So this is some guy who used to work on Titan who moved to the Warcraft team talking to this guy. Now, let's go somewhere else with this. Now, this is different. This guy says he knows people in Blizzard France. So he goes, anyway, I know a few folks at Blizzard France and can confirm for you that the expansion is indeed named Council of Glades. I don't want to spoil it too much because it sounds like it's going to be really cool. But I'll tell you a bit of what I know that will happen very early in the expansion. The story will be heavily focused on the Night Elves, Worgans, and for the Forsaken. There will be intense fighting around Tirisfal Glades, as the Alliance attempted to retake Gilneas, and Jaina Proudmoore lands Dalaran at its former location south of Undercity. How's she going to do that? Sorry. Protein shake. This fighting will cause the awakening of the Watcher Tyr. who is buried underneath Tirisfal Glades. Unfortunately, am I saying it? Isn't it? I used to always say Trisfal. Unfortunately, during his long slumber, he has fallen to the corruption of an old god. He will raise the city Alotha, which is, I think, the old god city, near the Maelstrom, and retreat there to become a future raid boss. We will team up with Rathian once again when the time comes to face Tyr. With the rise of this city comes Ashara and the Naga. They will attempt to flood the coast and begin an invasion. Tyrande and Vol'jin will agree to combine forces to push back the Naga on Kalimdor, but Sylvanas will refuse to work together with Greymane and Jaina on the Eastern Kingdoms. Thus, the Naga will overrun parts of the Eastern Kingdom, and that's where much of the focus will be for leveling Kol Tiras, Gilneas, and surrounding islands, as well as the new land risen from the Maelstrom. The need for a new Guardian of Tirisfal will come up in light of what has happened, and Khadgar will assume this role. Gul'dan is also lurking about somewhere in Azeroth amid the chaos. Northrend will also play a role, but I don't want to give away why. Obviously, Bolvar. Bolvar has to come back at some point. He's just sitting up there. Eventually, Lich King takes over. He becomes bad. It's over. So here, those are two very similar speculations, just worded kind of differently, right? So we definitely have Ashara, we have Tyr, we have the old gods. We have basically two of the three things I want. Or basically almost all three. Now this one is the one that was posted first before anything. This guy supposedly is the guy who leaked the previous Draenor expansion information like a couple of weeks before BlizzCon, and he ended up being right. So he says, Zul and Ashara are the main villains. After the last defeat, Zul has asked Rastakhan for more support, but Rastakhan has lost the confidence in Zul and refuses to support. In a big coup, Zul has Rastakhan assassinated and assumes control of the Zandalari. The Zandalari trolls ally with the Naga, whose goal it is to flood the continent and raise the ocean level. The big focus of the expansion will be on the Night Elves and Trolls, with Malfurion and Vol'jin being the main heroes. This is Vol'jin's big opportunity to prove himself as war chief of the Horde. A big emphasis will be on Vol'jin's loyalty to the Horde despite the opportunity to be part of a newly risen troll empire. His story will be about resisting the temptation to join the Zandalari and stay with his friends or his family. This is the South Seas expansion that so many players want. Let's get to the good parts here. The class will be a ranged class. It's called Shadow Hunter, he's saying. That uses bows, crossbows, and guns, and it will have a heavier focus on magic attack. Specs are Dark Ranger, Spirit Mending, and Shadow Hunter. Dark Ranger and Shadow Hunter are DPS specs, and Spirit Mending is a healing spec. And they also go on to say that there's going to be like a bunch of islands that you. I think they say you're going to have a pirate ship, kind of like a moving garrison on a ship, which is why we probably have our shipyard right now, and you can like actually yourself navigate your boat. You ride it like a mount from island to island, and then I don't know. You have cooks and shit. Who knows? I want to ask what you guys think. What do you think is going to be in the next expansion? What do you want in this next expansion? Now, tomorrow, my live stream, this is what we're going to do. I start streaming mostly 6:30, 7 a.m. on Fridays. It's my beer day, you know, craft beer. And what's going to happen is I'm going to pull up like a notepad file. And for about 2 hours, we're going to go over new features. See, there's difference between new content and new features. I want to go over new features that people want in World of Warcraft with my entire live stream. And I'm inviting all you guys out there in YouTube to join me too. I'm going to put the channel in like maybe like a 5 or 6 second slow mode so I can actually read it properly. And I want to know what features you guys want in World of Warcraft. Not just 7.0, but 8.0, 9.0, 10.0, whatever. I want to know exactly what you guys want. Okay? And let me know. I just really want to know what your thoughts are on this. And I'm going to take that, I'm going to compose it into a proper email with an Excel spreadsheet, and I'm going to send it off to Blizzard. I'm going to send it off to whoever the hell I know over there and be like, hey, you know what? You know, maybe you guys take this with a grain of salt. We're streamers, we're YouTubers, maybe we're a joke, whatever. Here's what me and my couple of thousand viewers came up with, and my YouTubers in the comments came up with for new features. But other than that, let me know what you want in the next expansion. I mean, out of these two, I would have to say, I mean, they have similarities, right? They all involve Vol'jin and his temptation to, you know, stay war chief or go help the Zandalari. So both of them mention Sylvanas. Both of them mention Gul'dan, Ashara, and Tyr, and an old god. So I think that's what we're going to get. Here's my take on it. I believe that, you know, we're going to be going back to Azeroth while we were dicking around in Hellfire Citadel, you know, because obviously all the leaders of the Alliance and the Horde were in Draenor, in our garrison, helping us with the shipyard to catch Gul'dan for the legendary quest. And Azeroth is kind of left unprotected, right? So I think while we were in Draenor dicking around, Ashara or whoever came up from the sea, they're by the Maelstrom, they're looking to flood Azeroth and take over. And obviously there will be a Burning Legion tie into it. Obviously, you know, Ashara, Sargeras, little relationship thing going there. I don't know much about Tyr. I just learned more about him today. So if he's really there and he's corrupted by an old god, we will definitely see Enzoth. Enzoth is behind all this shit. I think Enzoth is like the supreme fucking old god. Like, he corrupted Deathwing. Now he's corrupted fucking Ashara probably, and Tyr, I guess, if he's somewhere underneath something. So, I mean, I'm definitely thinking we're going to see Ashara. And it's time for it too, man. We've been begging for this bitch for ages. For ages. So let me know what you guys think. Which one of these leaks is most, you know, likely to happen. Also, let me know what you think about my movie conspiracy, about how I believe that the World of Warcraft movie is what kind of fucked Draenor over, and if the movie was not around, Draenor probably would have lasted a good year and a half with maybe 3 or 4 patches. Yeah, I just hate the fact that people are thinking that Blizzard wants to milk everyone's money. I don't think that's the case at all. I think these developers feel just as shitty as we do about how this expansion has turned out. But personally, like I said, I'm a raider. I'm Mythic, Heroic raiding. I'm having a good fucking time. Peace, guys. Let me know. Oh, also, little surprise. Leave a comment in the description. Let me go over here real quick. Woo! Leave a comment in the description, and I will pick a random comment to win a HyperX Cloud 2 gaming headset. Fucking glare! HyperX Cloud 2 gaming headset for anyone who leaves a comment in the video. Ugh. This is Towelliee. Peace out, yo. That was really terrible. What am I, like 34 years old and I still... Fuck this.